ladies, if you're a person who continually pours out, you won't want to miss this upcoming event. October 13, 14, and 15 at the Holiday Inn and Suites in Ocean City, Maryland, where we have a power-packed lineup of ladies who are going to pour into you. If you need to increase your impact, your influence, and your income, this is the event for you. Don't miss the power of sisterhood. These ladies coming from around the world to network and connect with you. Don't miss it. How do you get the information? Glad you asked. Go to barbarahsmith.com and click the link. All the details there. Don't miss Sisters Inspire Sisters to Advance, October 13, 14, 15 at the beautiful Holiday Inn and Suites in Ocean City, Maryland. What you know and I know together can change the world. I want to see you there. Yes, and that is so exciting. I'm super excited again to be with you here on the Empowering You Show. Why do we do the Empowering You Show, you might ask? We do it to showcase small businesses and people who are doing phenomenal things in the community that you don't really get to hear about. And today is no different. But before we talk about who we have next as a guest, let me bring up the co-host of the Empowering You Show. It's the sexy, sassy, spicy, always on time, Shani Smith.
Ooh, I like that, always on time. That's like I'm manifesting something right here. Okay. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm great and grateful every day that I wake up on this side of the grass.
Amen.
Yeah, that part. Yeah, so today.
Busy bee, okay?
Oh, just got back yesterday from Charlotte. You are so right about that. I think I'm a little tired, but I'm not sure if my brain has caught up with my body. Anyway, yesterday got back from Charlotte with the Beyonce Be Good Foundation Black Parade. Oh my God, for small business owners, it was a luncheon that she hosted and then gave away 12, count them, $10,000 grants. Wow. I wasn't one of the recipients, but however, I was sitting across the table from one of the recipients who I had been having conversation with. He didn't know he was receiving. I didn't know he was receiving. But what was beautiful about it, Shani, was every entrepreneur in the room was excited for every entrepreneur that got the grant. And so that was really, really
wow,
an amazing time. And then we got all kinds of tips and tools and this wonderful metallic, real metal briefcase with all of the extras that we have as business owners just for showing up. So that was pretty cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. And then the week before that, I was in Oklahoma City with the TAF Foundation, and they awarded me as a dignitary for Teachers Appreciation. And all of the people there were awarded because of their service to children and students in schools. So that was pretty exciting. And then the week before that, I was in Africa, as you know.
The weeks before that. You weren't in Africa, the week before that.
A few weeks before, I was in Uganda and Kenya. So yeah, it's been a pretty exciting. Oh, and I forgot. This past Saturday was our book launch.
An amazing book launch at that.
I want to thank all of the people, the entire team, for helping with that. You know, All About Events did a phenomenal job as usual on decor. Raleigh Desper of Raleigh Marketing did an amazing job on our pictures. We got those back and I'm starting to distribute them. Let's see, Teresa Haskett of Tasty Chef also did a phenomenal job. All of the authors that was there. Who did I miss? I'm missing somebody. Ella. I did mention Ella. Mom is in the background trying to prompt me. Okay, so Dr. Terry was there, and she came up from North Carolina. Thank you, Dr. TJ. She's our Human Resources Director, and it was an amazing event. Thanks you to all of the participants, all the people that showed up. The room was full, and so I want to thank everybody who showed up and helped make it a great, great, great day.
Right.
Yeah. So enough about that. Let's talk about who we have as a guest. She is the founder and owner of Spirit and Soul Studio, a modern metaphysical shop teaching and healing space. She is a spinal energetics practitioner, a Reiki master, integrated energy therapy practitioner, a soul coach, and an intuitive. She helps people work through things that hold them back so that they can begin to manifest their best life. Loving that part. She is married to the love of her life, Andrew, and has two boys, count them, 1, 2, Gavin and Nico. Help me welcome to the platform, Tiffany Cohen.
Hi. Oh, I'm so excited to be here. What an introduction, Barbara. Thank you.
I told you I'm introduction.
You have the knack for that.
You didn't lie at all.
We are excited to have you, Tiffany. And as we are excited to have all our guests, I do bring the introduction with excitement because I truly am grateful for all the networks that I have connected. I am a connector of people. And so I love that you are an energy master. Talk to us some about how that started and when you started this journey of energy and Reiki and all of the things that you now do.
Yeah. So I think this journey really started for me a long time ago when I was about 13 years old. I was gifted a deck of tarot cards, and that was really my introduction to starting to work with energy. And as I grew and as I started to, experience different things, I learned Reiki at about 19 years old. And then I just, kept going on my journey. I was started, graduated college, and I went into corporate, and I really put it aside for a while. And I just felt like something was missing that whole time. Like I was doing all the things that I, should be doing, right? Should, in quotes, working in corporate America, climbing the corporate ladder, and doing all these things. And there was something that was not getting fulfilled in some way. And
What did you do in corporate? What did you do while
I
you
I was in commercial lending.
okay?
So I would do like lots of big loans, and while I was great at it and I loved where I worked, there was just something that was missing for me.
Because it wasn't
And
your purpose. It
yeah,
wasn't
because
your purpose.
exactly. And I started to go back to my roots of that, 13-year-old girl, and she was calling me forward, and I found myself again. And that's when I started working with Reiki, and I went, got recertified in it. And Reiki was always a beautiful, open door for me. As soon as I would walk through that door, it was like my magic began to unfold. And I listened this time. I
But
listened to
everybody
myself.
but everybody doesn't know what Reiki is. Explain it.
Oh, sure. So Reiki is universal life force energy. It's an energy that you can be attuned to, that you can tap into and use for healing purposes. I mean, that's like the overall gist of it, but really it's a beautiful way to help to balance your energy and to help heal things that, within you that maybe need to um, what would be the right word? To be soothed.
Mm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So I have no idea what this is, right? We're just making this up. I have no idea what it is. How does one even decide? So I hear about Reiki, and how do I know where to go from there? Like, how do I get started?
Sure. So, I mean, there's a lot of people that practice Reiki. Which is a beautiful thing. There is something to be said about that it has spread. It's actually even being recognized in the medical communities as a beautiful healing tool. So if you are feeling like something is not, something needs to be healed, maybe you're going through a stressful time in life, Reiki is a beautiful way to help to, again, soothe that energy and bring healing to your body. It's your body's innate ability to heal, and Reiki really taps into that and helps to hold a space for you to heal.
So
When
does it
you
require some sort of meditation, or I have no idea, and I'm just getting started.
Yeah, sure. So it's, I mean, I guess it could be meditative, but think of it more like if you were going for a massage, right? How you would like lay on a massage table. You're fully clothed for Reiki, but that would probably be the difference there. And it's really a lot of times hands off for the most part.
Okay.
But then, yeah, and then the energy flows through the practitioner and to you lying on the table and just being in a state of receipt.
Wow. Okay.
So how do you
So
think that
go
you
ahead.
are in a state of Reiki? I mean, I am genuinely not understanding.
Sure. So it's really just being open to your healing, right? So we have to remember that we have the innate ability to heal anything that has happened to us in our lifetime. And whether that is emotional, whether it's physical. I mean, if you want me to get into like the whole, how I believe everything manifests through the body, I can do that. But
Yes.
yeah. Okay. So I'll do it. All right. So basically what happens is this: everything that we go through in life, whether it is something that was a big T trauma, some small T traumas, like somebody said something to you like in the second grade and it stuck with you, these things inform how we show up in our lives, whether we realize it or not, right?
That's
We may have buried
Mhm.
that thing from second grade, but it's kind of comes up every so often. You get a little trigger of it here and then. So that just shows that the body hangs on to things. And we have multiple layers. If we're talking about energy, we have multiple layers of energy, right? We have our physical body is a layer. It's our most dense layer. That's why we can see it, feel it, touch it. So we have energy, our dense energy, our physical body. And then our energetic layers begin to go bigger and bigger. And that's like our mental layer, our emotional layer, our spiritual layer. And these layers can trap other energies that we haven't healed within it.
Ooh,
And
that's
yes.
really right there. You hit a nerve. While we're thinking about that nerve, I just want to shout out Deborah Farley's out there. Dr. Deborah Farley's out there. Hey, Dr. Deborah Farley, thank you for stopping by. We're talking to Tiffany Cohen about our energy layers, and I just got a nerve hit. So go ahead.
Okay. So things get trapped in these energetic layers. And what happens is if we don't begin to work through them, they begin to make their way into the physical body. And what happens when they make their way into the physical body is that they manifest as pain, they manifest as dis-ease, they manifest as something that is uncomfortable within you because ultimately your body doesn't want to carry these things.
Ooh.
Oh, so that would be like if you say there's certain people that make my skin crawl, that kind of thing.
Yeah, you're feeling the energetic in your body and you don't like it.
I'm just saying that was like easiest way for me to like, some people just they just make you itch almost. They
Yeah.
give you a headache every time they come around.
Yeah.
And you're right. And even Deborah's out there, Dr. Deborah's out there agreeing. She says, yeah, she understands all that you're talking about because it causes pain and stress and it manifests that negative energy manifests in our bodies. And we don't even know. We don't even recognize that that's really where it's coming from.
That totally
absolutely. And
okay.
So what happened? Yeah. So what happened? So Louise Hay, she has since passed, but she did huge studies around this. And she found that what happened when she would interview people is that a lot of people that had, let's say they had pain in their knee, right? So they have pain in their knee, and all of these people keep having pain in their knee. And they had a similar thing happening, and that was that they couldn't move forward in life. Something was holding them back in their life. And so pain, so the things that we struggle with in life that are not actually physical struggles, we will feel them in our physical body if we don't work through them.
That is so good. That's so good.
So you were just going to breeze over that part.
I was.
No. See, that's what we do. That's what Shani and I do on this show.
Okay.
We pull back the layers and say, this is because the person who is the practitioner, the person who is the business owner, the person who owns this business or this service takes it for granted that they are doing a great service for the community or themselves or their clients, and they take it for granted because they know what they're doing. But we who are on the outside looking in, that's what Shani and I do. We say, now, wait a minute, slow down, explain this part.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you did when you explained how the pain physical, spiritual, mental manifests in the totally in the physical.
Yeah.
That's so good, Tiffany. That is so good.
Absolutely. So a lot of times too, I want you to think about this, because I think this is what I see a lot, especially we hold a lot in our heart space, right? So we hold a lot of emotions, and we hold a lot of grief and shame and all positive things too, right? All beautiful things. And we hold it all in our heart. And what happens is you find that even arm pain, I find that things with the arms really connect to the heart space. So if we're like having trouble, maybe like with our hands, arthritis, anything like that, really starting to find the emotions that are attached in the heart space really tend to lend to what's going on within the arms, right? Because if we think about where the arms are, it's in direct connection of the heart. So it's not even just the physical space of the heart, it's the areas around it as well.
Wow. So what about if it was in the eyes?
So the eyes is, I would say, like, what do you not want to see? What have you seen? Now, I mean, I don't know how far to go here, because, everybody. Okay. So, depending and please, anybody watching, listening, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Okay. These are my thoughts, beliefs, things that I've seen. So I always like to preface by saying that. But if we start to look at going outside of this life, and if we believe in past lives and things like that, that this is not our first incarnation, our soul's incarnation, then we can understand that we can actually carry things from past lives as well. And that could be something, either we saw something. So if you have something in the eye, it could be, I saw something in the past I didn't want to see. It could be so many different things, right? There could be a level of, there's an eye for an eye happening there. Yeah, there's so many things that it can be. And doing this type of spiritual work allows for that space to explore what that could be, right? On so many different levels. And that's what we do at Spirit and Soul. So it's not even just about like the one-to-one healings and things. It's also about the space that we hold for people to explore their own spiritual journey, because everybody's journey is different and unique to their soul.
Yes.
Wow.
LLS. This is incredible. I love digging into the understanding of all of this C. What is this C? All of this C. Look, all of this C. I'm not so sure that I believe in the past carnations. However, and it's cool.
Yeah.
However, I do know that we are all spirit. We are spirits clothed in flesh. And so the energy that we exude, that is exposed to us, that is around us, we don't really, as a whole, human beings, don't really tap into our spirit. We don't tap into the source of why we move and breathe and all of that. And so this conversation, though, like, I love what you said. I say the same thing about my speaking. What resonates with you, take that in like food, and the rest, put it in the toilet like the rest of the stuff that you put in the toilet, right? So I say the same thing about my speaking. So this is a very interesting conversation on so many levels. Mark Lee says, scientists say that we even carry experiences from the past in our DNA. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Ooh, I mean, if you want to get into,
oh my gosh, we could have a whole show about that.
We could
about that.
Yes, I call that blood memory. I call that blood memory.
Blood memory. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I might not.
Who have slavery in our DNA. There are definite. See. Okay.
Absolutely. I actually, we just had a really big event at Spirit and Soul, and somebody even brought up that when I was talking about blood memory, that they had an overwhelming feeling of they were Armenian, and they had this genocide feeling come up within them. So yeah, I mean, we carry it. We have blood memory. We have memory, like liquids. Water holds memory, right? What, that. Frozen, right? Frozen 2. Disney knows what's up. Water holds memory. So
And
if we
are
can,
water as well.
and
So
we are water. So we're
yeah.
going to remember. So yeah,
So
thank you, Mark, for
good.
that.
Shani.
Wait, okay. I have some questions. I see that you
Please.
are going to offer us a free class, right? If we use
Mhm.
code free class. What does a class look like for someone who is not in person with you? Is that a thing? Or,
Mhm.
what's the deal? Because I'm in Delaware, so I'm curious.
Absolutely. So what's interesting is Spirit and Soul started as a virtual space, and we continued that even after the physical space was manifested. So if you were to walk into Spirit and Soul, you would see that there's a very large TV in the class space, as well as a beautiful video camera. And we try to make it so that you are there with us, even if you're not. So we offer for, I would say, a majority of our classes are virtual and in person.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's so
Now,
good.
is yoga involved as well? Because in
Not
my
so
mind, they
much.
all go together.
Yeah. I mean,
don't.
they do on some level, but yoga, we just don't have the space for it. That's what it comes down to. It's almost like we tried to put some yoga in there, and people, I feel like they were coming to us for something else. It's like they go to a yoga studio for yoga, and they were coming to us for their spiritual growth.
Okay.
Not that you can't get spiritual growth through yoga, but you know what I mean? It was like they were just coming for that.
That's so good. Deborah Farley's out there again saying that mind, body, and soul are connected. However, one must believe and have faith that this is a fact. And that's huge.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that is huge. And that kind of brings us back full circle to healing, right? So you have to believe that you can be healed, right? So it's not that I, as a quote unquote healer, and I don't really like to use that term, but that's what people understand. So that's what we're going to say. But the person that is holding the space for your healing is doing exactly that. They are being a conduit for this energy. They are holding the space for your healing. But if you don't believe that you can be healed, if you don't believe that healing is possible for you, then it's not going to happen, because ultimately it has to resonate with your energetic frequency.
Oh,
Yeah.
So then that brings me to the next question, which is, because you are a conduit, do things get stuck from other people in you?
Well, that is a great question. And I will say this. We all really, and I don't like to do shoulds for people, like you should do this, but I do that for energetic protection. Everybody should be protecting themselves energetically every single day. And so what I do is my protections are so high, and I set my intention, because where intention goes, energy flows.
Energy flows. That's the fact.
Okay. So if I set my intention that I will be in your energetic field for this healing only, but at the end of the healing, I do not take any of your energy with me, then that is the intention that I'm setting. That is the energetic protection. Yep.
I like that for an affirmation for daily.
Exactly.
Yes. Well,
exactly.
yes.
Because people bring
Yes.
their energy wherever they go. And some
They
people's
do.
energy is just not conducive to your positive forward progressing movement. And so if you take it on unknowingly, then what?
Yeah. Well, so there's actually a word for that, and it's called enmeshing. So enmeshing means that we have an energetic field, right? We can call it aura. So we each have our own energetic field. And when, like right now, we are enmeshed, our energies are enmeshed because we are together in this space, whether virtual or in person, it doesn't matter. So somebody could be having a bad day and they brush up against you. And this is why energetic protection is so important, because if you don't protect your energy every day, you are going to take that on. Suddenly you're like, in a bad mood, and you're like, where did this come from? I was having a great day. And it's because you could have just passed by a person on the street.
Ooh,
and their energy was so strong, so strongly angry, that it just brushed up against yours and meshed with you, and you took it on.
Yeah, she's saying meshing. She's saying meshing.
Meshing. Meshing.
And
meshing. Yep. Meshing. Yep. And meshing.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's important. So Shani, like you were saying, kind of coming back to your point about when they make your skin crawl. What I love is when we actually look at the phrases that we use and begin to dissect them a little bit, we are actually talking about energy at the end of the day, right? They make my skin crawl. Well, your skin's not actually crawling. What's happening is your energy is feeling not good around somebody. So it feels prickly on you. Yes, Deborah, you got it. So it's feeling prickly on your skin. Like when you say, oh, I walked into the room and you could cut the tension with a knife.
Yeah.
Right. Things like that. We are talking about energy there, right? When we walk into a room and someone just had a fight, they don't have to be physically fighting anymore for us to feel that energy still lingering in the air. So we kind of talk about energy and we don't even realize it.
Yeah, we're going to have you come back, Tiffany. This has been a very I am so glad you connected with Shani and the crew, and that you have come to talk to us about this energy. We want to thank you so much. How do we get in touch with you again?
Yeah, so we are very active on Instagram. You can reach out to us at Spirit and Soul Studio. We do lots of fun things. You can find out about our class schedule on there. And you can also visit us on our website at www.spiritandsoulstudio.com.
That is so good. Woo! Shani, last outtakes.
Last outtake I want to say, I mean, we figured out how to get in contact with you, but what's the best advice you have for somebody who wants to start this spirit and soul journey?
Wow. So I would say to remember that you are not alone in this. And that is why there are spaces like Spirit and Soul that support you on this journey. I think that the spiritual journey itself can feel isolating. You don't feel like you can talk openly to people. Some people don't believe, and there are spaces to support you. So just understand that everything you're going through is normal, that it's okay, and that we are here to help you.
Well,
you have such a calming voice, So
we love your energy. Okay.
Thank you.
Say that you have such a calming voice. Shani took the words literally out of my mouth, as she does many, many times, by the way. We have connecting energy. Love it. Thank you to Deborah Farley, Dr. Deborah Farley, who's been out here on the show for the entire 30 minutes. LLS, thank you so much for coming by. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit the notification bell. You won't miss these phenomenal guests that we have coming to the show each and every single week. We want to thank you again, Tiffany Cohen, for being here with us today. Oh, this was such a wonderful conversation. My energy feels like it's really flowing right now.
It feels that way to me too. Thank you, Barbara. Thank you, Shani. This was such an incredible experience.
Feels great.
Hang out in the green room for a couple of seconds after this show. You know what time it is. It's time for you to step into your greatness, because the world is waiting for you. That's our show for today. Thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out with us here on the Empowering You Show.
Yeah. World Street Hackers are coming up at 1.
Oh, yeah. Ladies, if you're a person who continually pours out, you won't want to miss this upcoming event. October 13, 14, and 15 at the Holiday Inn and Suites in Ocean City, Maryland, where we have a power-packed lineup of ladies who are going to pour into you. If you need to increase your impact, your influence, and your income, this is the event for you. Don't miss the power of sisterhood. These ladies coming from around the world to network and connect with you. Don't miss it. How do you get the information? Glad you asked. Go to barbarahsmith.com and click the link. All the details there. Don't miss Sisters Inspire Sisters to Advance, October 13, 14, 15 at the beautiful Holiday Inn and Suites in Ocean City, Maryland. What you know and I know together can change the world. I want to see you there.